Happy holidays. Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday. Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
We talked about the defense, especially in late game situations. How do you feel like the guys sort of executed that tonight?
Yeah, I thought, we got some big stops. And I think we're able to secure some defensive rebounds. Even, guys getting on the floor for a loose ball, even if it ends up as a jump ball. But that was crucial. I know they had, what do they have, 21 offensive rebounds. Some of those were just tap backs and things, but they're just bigger than we are down there. And, throughout the game. So I thought we did a good job of gang rebounding. And then, we figured out there was a stretch there in the third quarter where we were just getting biased. I thought we got better, guarding the ball at the perimeter as well.
And Inyeka has been shooting the ball so confidently as of late. One of those was a late three where he was highly contested. I forget who the defender was, I'm sorry. But what have you seen from O's kind of growing confidence in shooting from the perimeter?
Yeah, it was an under out of bounds play. We wanted to pop him out and get him a shot, and he read it quickly. And when you shoot it quickly with confidence, even if it's contested, those are good shots for him. Just not hesitate. I thought he passed a few up before that where he was driving the ball. And he just needs to continue to know that, particularly if you're playing against Embiid or Drummond, that him being able to stretch the floor and take those shots is a big part of it. I think really this game kind of epitomized the way we need to play. You just saw whether it was Dyson or Jalen made a defensive play, which I like to talk about because you guys always want to talk about his triple doubles. But we need him on both ends of the floor. He came over and had a big block. He got some big rebounds. Everybody did their part. Obviously Dyson continues to get in the paint, and even Nikhil. He didn't shoot well, but he impacted the game in so many ways, and then hit some big free throws late. That's who we are, and that's who we need to be.
Coach, just on Dyson, season high 27 tonight, and sometimes throughout the season he gets into the paint and then he kind of aborts the move and passes it out. Tonight it felt like he made a more assertive decision to go.
Yeah, it's funny. We can watch players play, and it's almost like Formula One. Like we can tell them they should have done this or should have done that. And I think the biggest thing is, as you said, he's getting in there. And I put it more on the other guys on the team, because if he doesn't have a shot, he should abort. You abort, you live, and otherwise you crash. And he's keeping his feet, and a lot of times it's the other guys, when he does that have to space for him because he's got his eyes out, which is what we want. But being able to get in there with his speed, which he does, and then also be under control is really hard. And he's been quietly improving on all those reads when he gets in.
Went on Beats night, obviously the 3-pointers, but the textbook contest on that last shot.
Yeah, Beats been doing that for a while. I mean, he was, when I first got here, you could tell he could play. And he came back in as a two-way. When we called him up, I just remember the Chicago game on the road, and he just guarded. And that was really, before he was making shots like he is now, his ability to compete defensively and pass. Now he's shooting it with so much confidence, but it's apropos that, him making a play, not fouling, getting a good contest. And, that's a lot of things that happened tonight that don't show up here. The guys made winning plays. I just thought we were much more physical as well. We handled the physicality of the game, and guys played through contact, and we were stronger at the point of the ball, whether it's a handoff or a screening action, and our screens. That's something we've talked about, being precise, and that allows you to play with force. And I think even though he's tall and cut high, his ability to kind of dig in like that, and that's the same thing on the defensive end.
Coach, Dyson came into the game as your leading offensive
Mhm.
He had another 5 tonight. How much of that is, you know, having a mismatch over the guard, or just playing in the paint more, having a green light to go chase it, or just wanting to go get it? Like, how is this happening?
Well, I think when we're spacing our bigs, and he's kind of in the read spot, he has an opportunity to go after other people's shots. I think he also is really good at, you know, if he does miss tap-ins and rebounded shots, and, you know, he's long, and I think he's just tough, you know. Some of that you can analyze, and there's other guys down there too, and he's coming up with the ball just because that, you know, that's the competitor that he is. Any way he can impact winning, he's going to do it.
He obviously came into the game with the ankle sprain he was dealing with, and then right there to start things off, a little bit of a concern. What was your kind of concern level there with how things started, and then just to be able to see him play the way that he did to finish this round?
Well, he's another guy that's just tough as nails, and I called the timeout. We wanted to. I thought he turned his ankle again, and wanted to make sure he was okay. And, you know, he went to the bench, and it was something else. I mean, we had a couple guys that have been banged up for a while. They just play through it, and, you know, not only did he come back in the game, but, you know, what we asked he and Dyson to do defensively over, you know, the entire game, and they're locked in that, and I don't think it even occurred to Nikhil. It probably will hit him tonight, but it didn't during the game. He's just playing through it.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday.